Good morning, guys. Today is Thursday, August the 30th. So this vlog is about, as per the title, 3 things I hate about my KLR. Now this is not, I guess hate is a strong word to use. Maybe I should say these are 3 things that I would like to have seen an improvement. But it is what it is, and this is my opinion, my personal opinion on this. 3 things I don't like about this motorcycle. So let's get on with it. Okay, the first thing is the sound of the motor. Okay, it's not like a deal breaker or anything. It's not like I'm looking for some big V twin. I'll try to record some audio of it, but yeah, it's sometimes after it's good and warmed up, to me it sounds like the motor's dry, you know, like there's not enough oil on it. And clack, 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 you know what I mean? And I'm sure it's because it's a single cylinder, big bore, whatever the case, which is fine. I just sometimes, it really annoys me that the motor sounds like it doesn't have any oil going through it. So that was number 1. The sound the motor makes. It's typically when you're idling when you're taking off initially, and it's got a clacky sound in low gears, in low RPMs. Alright, so be clear with that. Sound, number 1, bam. Now these aren't in order of the worst that I hate. Number 2, and this is probably not a good opinion to have based on the reasons I have it, but the seat. Now I commute on this bike quite often, but it's only, you know, 20 miles to my office, so I got roughly a 30-minute commute or so, which is nothing. And I rode the bike back from the dealership, which was probably an hour's ride, and that was nothing. And that was before I put this Mad Dog seat cover on here, seat pad, whatever you want to call it, this gel pad thing. So, but on my 11 and 12-hour trips I recently made, after 4 or 5 or 6, I don't even remember when it started hurting, but my ass was jacked up. I am not gonna lie to you, but it was not a pleasant feeling. The best thing I was able to do is either stand up to get some blood flow and some relief from sitting on it, or scoot around on the seat a little bit to reposition myself, or just flex my knees a little bit to just get my butt off the seat. Even if it wasn't completely off, the weight was off of it. So number 2 would be the seat. And I know but my goodness, man, there's some seats out there for this motorcycle. They're custom made, of course, but those seats are pushing $500 a piece. I know that I can buy an accessory for this for less than $50 to ease that seat pain, whether it's a what is that Airhawk. That's only $100. Well, I see Airhawk is over $100, but it's not $500. Gel pads, sheepskin pads, you've seen all these people put these different pads on their motorcycles. Now I'm sure I could do that to make this a lot more comfortable. I should take this Mad Dog pad off and ride it around to see how much of a difference this actually makes. I mean, it's gel filled or whatever it is, and it's pretty good. But like I said, after, you know, it may not make a difference. After 6 or more or 12 hours, between 6 and 12 hours in the saddle, it may not make a damn difference what kind of seat you have. It's just sitting for that long of a period of a time is going to mess your butt up. The seat, number 2. Number 3, and I kind of noticed it before my trip, but it was not bad enough to go freak out over and have to buy something to replace it right away. But the front brakes are nothing from what I'm used to. On this thing, you kind of got to get a little bit of brake lever in your hand to stop quickly. Now, I don't think I need dual calipers up there, but definitely a bigger rotor maybe. And I have noticed it on there, but you learn the nuances of the bikes that you ride. What you end up doing is learning your machine and compensating for different things. Lean angle, speed, throttle response, and brakes. So you realize that if you got to stop in a hurry, that on this bike you'll stop sooner. You'll start hitting the brakes sooner. But in emergency, it is what it is, man. If you're not in control of that front brake and that back brake, it's not going to be pretty regardless. So the front brakes. Now on the trip, with all the extra weight I had, I noticed it a little bit more coming to a complete stop. So not only do I have more weight pushing the bike while I'm trying to stop it, I also have a lot more weight on the back and on the left and the right. So it takes a little more, you have to use your mind, your conscience. You have to be conscious that there's weight back there on the left and the right side of your motorcycle, so you don't tip it over or drop it when you start coming to a stop. When this bike is unladen with just a rider on it, it's very nimble. Even though it's kind of heavy, as long as you keep it upright, it's pretty nimble. And I'm tall, I'm 6'1" with really long legs, so I can stabilize this bike fairly easy. But with those panniers back there full of weight, it did make a difference. So number 3 on my list of things I hate, the sound of the motor when you take off. It sounds like there's no lubrication in it. Number 2, the seat. Only because I had a bad experience after sitting in it for 12 hours. And number 3, the front brakes could use some improvement. But other than that, I really enjoy this motorcycle. I don't have any buyer's remorse. This is a bike that you're going to go on a trip, long distance or otherwise, and you're going to take back roads, country roads, gravel and dirt, and enjoy the ride. That's what this is all about, enjoying the ride. So I hope this helped anybody out. If you have opinions, you'd like to share them, by all means, come forth. If you don't like my opinions, I don't care. They're mine. You can have your own and share them on my comments, and that would be cool too. But anyway, you guys, love you all. Ride safe, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take it easy.